Hi, this is Christina again, and I am participating in the 31 Days of Tarot 2018 challenge that Ethany put together. And I'm going to apologize right now because my cat snuck into my room when I opened my door and she's meowing a lot. So you might hear her in the background because she's very talkative. She's Calico. That's what she does. Her name is Zoe. So today I'm going to be talking about my top 5 or my tarot books of 2018 that were either purchased in 2018 or were released and published in 2018. I have one cheat one, which I will start with, which is the tarot book that I did not purchase. It was gifted to me on my birthday, and that is Tarot Fundamentals. I just got this on November 21st. That was my birthday, so I've skimmed. I've flipped through, but I have not read this cover to cover. I'm sure this is probably not the book that you're supposed to read from cover to cover, but I probably will because, as I've said in my other videos, I love to read. I read on average 50 books a year, so I will probably read this cover to cover. So I can't really say how great this one is because I haven't really delved into it, but it is a book that was gifted to me in 2018. So, and I only have 5 books, so these are the 5 tarot books that I have, so I included them all. So I will be reading this very shortly. The other book that I have that I haven't read cover to cover, I think it's kind of used as a reference, is The Holistic Tarot by Wen. I don't think I saw this on, or maybe I know people have talked about this book. I think, well, obviously Wen herself, but then I think I originally heard about it from Kelly from The Truth and Story. And I had no idea how massive this book is. I had no idea. And I ordered it on Amazon, and so it came in the mail, and I opened it up the package and I was like, this can't be the book that I ordered. This has to be something my roommate ordered and they accidentally, no. This is, I think it's over 800 pages. Again, I think a lot of people don't read this cover to cover. They use it as a resource or reference. I will most likely read it from cover to cover. I flipped through it again like the other one. I've liked what I've read so far, just like with the other one. But again, I only have 5 tarot books, so I'm including them all. The other one which I use a lot is the kitchen table tarot. I think this was the first. Was this the first one I got? It might have been. I just remembered I have a 6th tarot book. The Modern Tarot by Michelle T. I may grab that at the end, so then I will have 6 books. Sorry, I forgot about that one. The Kitchen Table Tarot. I think this was the first one I got. It was recommended to me. I believe this one is split up, if I remember. Yes, this one is split up. It's the Major Arcana, and then the numbers. So instead of it doing by suit. So it's the Major Arcana, and then it's the 3s. So it's the 3 of Pentacles, the 3 of Swords, the 3 of... And I liked that better. It was easier for me to learn that way because you kind of learn the meaning of the numbers and then the suits, and that, I don't know, that just works out better for me. I really like this one. I think if anybody's interested in tarot, this is really easy to read. It's almost conversational. Love it. Love it. The other one I got is the Creative Tarot, A Modern Guide to an Inspired Life. This one go by numbers too. This one did too. Yeah, so the 5s. Again, super handy. And I believe this one has, I'm just going to check. Yes. So at the end of each, the 5 of Swords, the 5 of Cups, whatever, there's recommended materials. So it's books and movies and art that reminded the author of the meanings of those cards. And that is really helpful, especially if you're someone who looks at a lot of art, you're someone who reads a lot, myself, you're someone who's watched a lot of movies. So this one, the 7 of Wands, the recommended materials are We Have Always Lived in the Castle by Shirley Jackson, which I don't think I have read that one. I might have to pick that one up. But then it mentions Under the Pink, the recording by Tori Amos, which I love Tori Amos. So it's just another way to kind of trigger your mind into what those cards mean. I really, really like this one. The other one I have which I've used quite a bit. I did not. So the Creative Tarot and the Kitchen Table Tarot, I read cover to cover. Read the whole thing. This one, I have not. I've read a lot of it. I didn't like sit down and read it from cover to cover. I've used this one like as a reference. It's the Modern Witchcraft Book of Tarot, Your Complete Guide to Understanding the Tarot. There's nothing like revolutionary in this, but what I like about this one is that when it talks about the cards, it gives you, depending on the reading you're doing, it kind of gives you 3 different options. So it says in a reading about money, in a reading about your job, in a reading about love. That's what like this card is saying. And I really like that because sometimes when I'm doing a reading for someone else and it's about love and you like get a card, I'm trying to think of an example. Like sometimes you get a card and you're like, what would that mean in terms of love? It's like a really obvious one. Like if it's about love, you can get like the 3 of Swords. It's pretty obvious what's going on there, but I'm trying to think of an example. Like if it's like a love reading, I'm trying to think of like one in the major arcana, I guess. And of course I can't think of anything. But it happens to me where it's like a very particular question about love or finances or that kind of thing. I guess that would be an example. So if it's a reading about finances and you get the 3 of Swords, I would probably sit there and be like, I'm not really sure what that means in terms of that. So that's why I liked this book a lot as a reference, because it has the 3 different meanings, like relationships, finances. Was it finances and career? Yeah, love, your job, and money. So yeah, I liked it for that. I think there's a couple spreads in here, and there's like some spells because it's obviously modern witchcraft. I really like the one. I'm gonna go grab the one that I thought of. That will be 6 because I am a cheater. Okay, so this is 6 out of 5 tarot books of 2018 that I got, and this is the Modern Tarot. Connecting with your higher self through the wisdom of the cards can be used with any deck by Michelle T. I had to have this because I love Michelle T. If you have not read anything, she's mostly a fiction writer. My favorite book by her is Rose of No Man's Land. Yes, love it. She's a great writer. And so when I saw she came out with a tarot book, I was surprised, and I was like, I need this immediately. And again, another one that I read cover to cover. And I think, does she go by suit or by number? Suit. So it goes like Ace of Wands, 2 of Wands, which is fine. I like her writing style because I've read her other books, her poetry and then her fiction. So I knew that I was going to enjoy the writing style in this. And I like the deck that she used for like the illustration. I'm not sure what deck that is. I'm sure it says in here, and I'm sure I read it and I've forgotten. But yeah, I really like this. And she's a really good writer, and I highly recommend picking up this and everything else she's written. So yeah, so there were my 6 out of 5 tarot books of 2018, and I will see you in the next one.